What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Second Street Marvel. As you can see today, we are going to be talking about some comic books. I just want to tell you all good morning to you all, and I hope you're all doing well this morning. As you all know, it's Friday, right? It's time for the weekend. Gonna be going out with the family to we're going to be going to Disneyland this weekend, so might see me do a live stream from there, shilling like a villain. That should be a pretty good time. It's been a while since we've been to Disneyland, me and the family, so definitely something looking forward to. Um, get in there and check out that Galaxy's Edge, see how it is. Take my son over to California Adventure. We're gonna go on the Cars ride. He loves Lightning McQueen and all the cars and everything, so he's finally big enough to go on that. So you know, that should be fun. That should definitely be fun. So yeah, in case I'm sure you all know, in case you've been here before, every single Friday night I do a show called the Trailer Park Live, and as you can see, I've started to do these live streams here during the week that I am actually calling the Trailer Park Live, and basically the Friday one is now going to be called Friday or Trailer Park Live Prime Time, I guess is what I'm going to go ahead and call that for now, and that will be this Friday, tonight at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So make sure you're subscribed and click the little bell and all of that good stuff. Make sure you have those notifications turned on so you get notified anytime that I've uploaded new content and anytime I plan on doing a live video just like this one. Now, speaking of that, you guys should also go down and check out my Patreon link down there. Also check out, you know what? Go down there and check out Nerdy Blurb TV. I left at the very bottom of the description is his link for his channel where you should go check him out. He's the guy who done that awesome intro that you see me use on every video, before every live video. Nerdy Blurb TV, absolutely awesome, awesome dude over there. Ryan is, what does it say? Okay, well, whatever. Ryan over there is a super awesome dude, growing a really awesome group of just talented nerds, geeks, just like myself, who like movies and things like that. And he really kind of does like a lot of promoting for all of us. And he's a really cool guy, man. You'll see, like, he's one of the sickest editors here on YouTube, in case you can't tell by that awesome ass intro he did for me, right? So again, you should go check him out. Check out his channel, subscribe. Same thing. He did. And if you ever have anything that you want to talk about, something you want to get off your chest, regarding like movies, like the MCU movies, nerdy stuff, comic books or anything, submit them to him. He does these things called fan cam and everything. It's a really good time. He posts videos just of people that he likes to collaborate with and things like that. And one of these days soon, we're gonna get him on the show. We're gonna get him here on the show one of these days, and we're gonna be talking about some stuff. It'll be a good time, good time to be had by all, I can assure you. So yeah, as I said, today, since we got the Trailer Park Live Prime Time coming up this evening, today we're gonna talk some comics, and I got a new idea for maybe some different things that I want to do for you all here on the channel as well. Nothing, just some, I don't know, funny live streams, I guess here. Not even funny, but recently, if you guys haven't ever heard of Perry Comics, you should go check out Perry Comics here on YouTube. He actually started doing these videos, just see these live streams where he's just going through like some of the comic book community and checking out their channels and just kind of showing you guys what there are out there, because that's what he does. And I'm like, you know what, I do that a lot in my spare time too. I go to other channels and just check out what videos they're doing, along with people that I end up collaborating with here on YouTube as well. As you can probably see some of their links down there in the description as well. People like Abu Nas, Drunk 3PO, The Lonely Banter, Demogeny, Fatal J, and Lord Callus. Definitely a great group of guys that have been doing this live stream called Some Black Guys and a Drunk with over on Drunk 3PO's channel. and just a great group of guys. So you should go down there and check out their links as well. But also, if you guys could do me a favor, down there in the description are some links for my other YouTube channel. It is called The Peanut Peddler. If you guys could go there and give that a subscribe, would be awesome. I'm trying to get that to I need to do some videos on there, some more videos on there, but I'm trying to get that to 100 subscribers so I can get a custom URL for that channel. So that would be awesome if you guys could help me out. But anyway, as I said, today we are going to be talking about some comic books. I am, as in case you guys don't know, every single Friday night when I do the Trailer Park Prime Time, I actually talk about some of the comic books that I pulled for the week, and then I get in and talk with you all about some of the things just going on in movie news and things like that, and just kind of, get a little more personal with you guys. So, as I said, today we are going to be talking about some comic books, and let's go ahead and get into this. We're going to be talking about some of the comic books getting ready to come up in October. These are the Marvel solicits getting ready to come out. All the comic books that are getting ready to come out for the month of October are going to be listed in this book, and you can actually find this book for free. You can download it and read it yourself, just like they have on the comic books over at Marvel.com. And I'm pretty sure that like DC and some of the other publishers probably have something similar on there. And when I find those, because they don't always seem to go online at the same time or whatever, I will do some videos, going through and checking out their comics. And I don't really read a whole lot of DC, so it should be interesting. I can't really toss a whole lot of commentary in there for you like I can on these ones so much. So, I guess we'll check that out. But getting into these comic solicits, you can see there we got Dawn of X, X-Men #1. Looks like we've got some new series started by Jonathan Hickman. In case you guys don't know, he is actually currently doing the House of X and Powers of 10 books right now. So let's go ahead and get into this. Chillmonger, welcome to the stream, man. How you doing today, man? Yes, I love the X-Men. I don't know which of the 6 new ones I'll stick with. Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're obviously getting ready to bring in the X-Men pretty hardcore and bring them back. I mean, they've always been pretty big, and there's obviously some of that kind of controversy that we always heard about, once with the Marvel comics and the X-Men and the film franchise and all that stuff. I mean, who knows how true any of that is? Apparently some of it's true, but anyway, yeah, it looks like they're coming in pretty hardcore with X-Men, and that's pretty cool. I always like the X-Men, and I gotta be honest with you guys, I haven't read the House of X and Powers of X yet. I've got them, but I haven't read them. I've been trying to keep up on some of these indie books I've been reading, and some of these other #1s that I've actually got some comic book reviews getting ready to come out for you guys to check out. So I don't know if I'll get them edited this weekend because I'm getting ready to go to Disneyland, as I said. But the Immortal Biggie Shack, yo, welcome to the live stream. Thank you for being here. Just getting ready to check out some Marvel comics here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this. What do we got coming up first? Okay. Looks like first we've got coming up. Ooh, okay, there we go. Face It, Tiger, The Amazing Mary Jane #1. I'm not sure about you guys, but I'm probably not looking forward to this. I might go check out #1 and see how it is, and and that's probably about it. Just so I can bring you guys a review on it. Now, the biggest reason I say that is, and there'll be some more information about this later, is. The one reason I say that is the writer here is Lee Williams. I can tell you already, I don't like her writing. I've read several of her books, not even just Marvel books that she's done. And because what happened was there was actually one book that I read of hers that she did, and I was like, I didn't like it. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to go read something else. And I went and read her, was it the Deja Thors and Barbarella series that she did? I went and bought one of those comic books when it came out and read it, and I was like, okay, I can kind of see the kind of writing she does. Not really my thing. So, again, I will probably be picking this up so we can check it out and see how it is. Now, I can tell you, I do kind of like that art there that they've got on the cover, though. So, that's it's pretty nice. And let's see. Oh, well, there you go. I was gonna say, and it looks very familiar, and you can see the cover is by Humberto Ramos. So that only and it feels obvious too after reading through the Hunted and everything. Looks like the same exact art style. The next one there they got is Beware the Ghost Rider #1. Looks like it's being done by Ed Brisson and Aaron Cooter. Immortal Biggie Shack says it will probably have some key stuff in it. I hope not. Yeah, I don't know. And yeah, I just don't know. Like I said, I don't like Leah Williams' writing, so I definitely won't probably be picking up more than the first issue unless like it happens to be really good or that bad that I have to bring you guys reviews on it. Because I mean that's what I do here, right? You know, I'm kind of reviewing some comic books and everything, or at least trying to. So Ghost Rider Beware the Ghost Rider #1. This is actually pretty interesting. I'm not sure that I've ever read any Ed Brisson anything that he's really done per se, like you know maybe like an ongoing series or anything, but definitely like that cover there that's coming up. Ghost Rider character is pretty interesting. I guess I've never actually read Ghost Rider very much, so I'll probably end up picking that one up, bring a review on it. You know, it's a #1. What else we got here? Absolute Carnage #4 will be coming out by October, so that'll be interesting. I'm not actually myself. I'm not going to be doing the whole Absolute Carnage arc thing that they're doing. Seems like they're making a pretty big deal about it, making you know kind of a big event, and you know I'm not gonna do it. You know they just did the War of the Realms recently, and I didn't really particularly like it. It was okay. I mean it wasn't all that for me, you know. So I'm kind of hesitant in getting in any of their events now with all these tie-ins and everything. They just kind of seem to do them all willy-nilly. Like, hey, here's a story arc we're doing, and here's these comic books. We're just gonna just toss them out in any kind of order. So I'm probably not going to be doing any of the Absolute Carnage stuff, but I'm sure we'll probably see plenty of people out there talking about it. And I hate to say that too, because you know Donny Cates, what I've read of all the stuff that he's done has been some pretty good work. I mean, you know his writing is actually pretty good. Let's see what else we got here. The Amazing Spider-Man Full Circle. All right. You guys know I love Spider-Man, right? I love Spider-Man. One of my favorite characters. I did actually, that was my first big event that I was there for the whole time, was the Spider-Geddon they just did last year. And I thought it was okay. You know, it was a little lackluster. I think they could have done a little more with it, but I don't know. That's just me. But Amazing Spider-Man Full Circle. We'll talk more about that when we actually get into what it's going to tell us about the book. Okay, here we go. We're going into X-Men #1, written by Jonathan Hickman. The art and the cover is Lionel Francis Yu, and I may have pronounced that wrong, with variant covers by Art Germ, Mark Bagley, Mark Cicchetto, Russell Dowderman. Design variant cover by Jonathan Hickman. Okay, we can see they're getting ready. Obviously, it's going to be a big thing. They've got some, X-Men #1, so it's obviously going to be pretty big. The Dawn of X. And what's it say here? The X-Men find themselves in a whole new world of possibility, and the things have never been better. Jonathan Hickman, House of X, Powers of 10, Secret Wars, and superstar artist Lionel Yu. New Avengers and Captain America revealed the saga of Cyclops and his hand-picked squad of mutant powerhouses. That should be pretty interesting, but let's look at the art there. I mean, look there at Professor X. I mean, he kind of... I'm guessing that's Professor X right there in that panel. I mean, it only seems obvious when you go down there, but looks kind of like old McAvoy, right? Or, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Could be me. Chillmonger says, I will not read the Absolute Carnage tie-ins either. Yeah, and I'm not even going to do the event. I'm going so far as to say I'm not even going to do the event and look into it or anything. Just because, you know, I've actually been reading some more indie books lately, and man, there's been some great titles coming out, so I'm going to have to start making some cuts somewhere, you know, and obviously if I've been getting great writing out of some of these indie books, they're going to take priority for me. And then I'm going to have to scale it back on the Marvel. And you guys know I don't read a whole lot of DC here, so I don't really have a whole lot to cut out there. I've been reading Hawkman and The Deceased, and Deceased will be coming to end, you know, pretty soon, probably by the time this all this stuff comes out. So, and there you can see right here, we just seen that one a minute ago. Some of the cover art. I'm going to guess that that's probably going to be the cover for the X-Men #1. Aggressively relaxing. Welcome to the stream. War of the Realms is the gold standard of modern events. I thought it was pretty good all together. I just, for me, what really ruined it was like the tie-ins and how they released them, the release order. I mean, it's just all slapped together, and it's, I mean, it leaves your head spinning at the end. But overall, I mean, the event itself, it was okay. I mean, I don't know. You know, I wasn't there when it released, but like Secret Empire, to me, that was a good one. I like that, but I think it's because I really liked the story that was going on and the setup. I mean, because that's what got me back into reading. So, you know, not everything's for everybody, but yeah, 7 years of slow build-up till it exploded into a war that dragged everyone into into it in an unforced way. Yeah, and I also kind of think that at the same time it went. I don't know. It seemed like Secret Empire, in a way, sort of reset everything, kind of got everything kind of back to normal, and it seemed like this just brought it back again. I don't know. Chillmonger says, respect the indies, but I'm still heavily Team Marvel. Me too. And the thing is, because I like the superheroes and I like some of the different things going on that they've got going on. Like, I've got reviews for Arrow and Swordmaster coming out. Those were actually pretty good. I really liked them. You guys know I love Spider-Man. Superior Spider-Man has been great. So some of these things, they're not coming off of my pull list. And with the X-Men, you know, I'll be interested in that and checking it out, you know. So, you know, Jonathan Hickman's going to be writing it. I've never really read a whole lot of his work, so I can say I'll still be on board for it. I'm not open to it, or not close to it. Just some of these bigger events that have been going on. It's like, Tracy Woody, welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. I hope all is well today. Immortal Biggie Shack says, yo, Aggressively Relaxing, great video. Yeah, Aggressively Relaxing does some great videos, man. You guys should check them out. And if you guys aren't subscribed to everybody here, go subscribe to each other and check out each other's channels. Immortal Biggie Shack, I just actually got on and watched a couple of his videos the other day, doing some pretty good stuff there. Had me laughing. Brought his son in, and Chillmonger, man. If you guys haven't checked out Chillmonger, man, he's got a great channel, dude. Really great dude. Does some good just commentaries and things, and even comic book reviews, trailer reactions, good stuff. I'm super positive about Carnage coming back. Better be good. His death was so good. And I never read any of that. But again, I'm sure I'll hear about it from some of you guys, and if it's something that interests me enough, I will probably end up going and buying trade paperbacks, and I think that's what I may do with some of my Marvel stuff, anyways. Just relinquish to the trade paperbacks and go with that if my if the indies keep on coming up, man, because I've been reading some pretty good ones. Okay, and what do we got here next? The next one we got is Excalibur #1. Teeny Howard is the writer. Mark Custo is the artist, and the cover is by Mohammed Assar. And it's got some variant covers. It says, a new dawn is forged. The other world is rocketed by war. It is a new era for mutant kind as a new Captain Britain holds the amulet, fighting for the kingdom of Avalon with her Excalibur at her side. Rogue, Gambit, Richter, Jubilee, and Apocalypse. Okay, sounds interesting. Well, I mean, I guess with some of those different heroes there, obviously, and we could see the X there on her belt. Looks like it's going to be somewhat of an X-Men related title. Ooh, yeah, and there's the cover. That's a nice looking cover right there. I do like that. Definitely pretty cool. What do you guys think about that? Is that something you guys are going to check out, Excalibur? I don't know. Probably something I may not. I don't know. Some of the #1s I may, if they interest me enough, I think I might not like them enough, so I can bring those reviews to you. Because if it's something that's a guaranteed shoe-in, I mean, is there a whole lot of point? I mean, like a Spider-Man #1, would I really need to review that? I'm probably going to say, I like it. But like that J.J. Abrams thing with his son getting ready to come out, I'll probably pick up the first issue. I'm not sure how into that I am. What's up, everyone? Second Street, great videos as always. Well, thank you, Zen Manga. Yeah, just going over some of the comic book solicits here for coming up in October. Marauders #1. The writer is Jerry Dugan. Matteo Loli is the artist, with the cover by Russell Dauterman. And you can see they're going to have some variant covers as well. Got a Philip Tan and a Todd Nuck. there on the a couple of them right there, and it says, "The X-Men sail at dawn. Even in this glorious new dawn, mutant kind faces hardships and oppression from their human counterparts." Led by Captain Katie Pride, or Kate Pride, and funded by Emma Frost and the Hellfire Trading Company, Marauders Storm, Pyro, Bishop, and Iceman sail the seas of the world to protect those hated and feared. I don't know. Sounds interesting enough to me. Those covers look pretty good. Again, it looks, obviously they're going with it's going to be, tie-ins to some X-Men. So, like I said, it looks like they're getting ready to push X-Men pretty hard. And X-Men have always been a pretty big franchise for them anyway. And look at that cover. That's pretty slick. We got Storm there, and Emma Frost. We got got some Bishop. Man, I don't know. I like that cover myself too. What do you guys think about that? Is it something you guys are going to check out? I may not. Like I said, some of these number ones I may pick up. I mean, it just kind of depends, As you guys all know, comics can get expensive. They sure can. The next one, God, what do we got here? Some interior art from Excalibur. I'm not colored or anything, so that's and they do that for a lot of these previews. Looks like the art on it looks pretty good. Can't complain about that. Let's see. Oh yeah, can imagine what that's going to be like once they get the coloring up there. I didn't even check to see who the color artist was. They may not. Did they even have it on there? Probably not. Yeah. No. Sometimes for me that matters. There's some people I really do like their coloring. Just kind of the coloring palettes they use and just things like that. I've noticed, like I said, I've talked a couple of times about Rochelle Rosenberg. I like the colors she does. She seems to know, like context to the story. She seems to know how to do things pretty good. And I've got a review coming out with a book that I didn't necessarily like, but she did the colors in it and two of these different stories, and you can see like she knows how to use her colors, so something I definitely like. Looks like House of X #6 will be out in October. As we all know, Jonathan Hickman is writing that. The artist and cover is going to be done by Pepe Larraz. They're going to have some variant covers on it, and it says, "The inevitable future, the revolutionary tale of mutant kind's rise comes to conclusion that they will lay the groundwork of the X-Men stories for years to come. Superstar writer Jonathan Hickman and Marvel Young Gun artist Pepe Larraz wrap the series that changes everything." And I'm probably on board for all 6 of these, the House of X and the Powers of 10. Now the thing is, man, you guys are pulling on our wallets, Marvel. You're pulling on our wallets there. You got, you're doing 6 consecutive books each following every other week, and they're being offset. So it's every week you're getting $5.99 of my cash, man. I see what you're doing out there, Marvel. You're being smart about this one. The Marauders and the Mutant Navy. I was excited, but it's missing Nightcrawler. He always wanted to be a pirate. Yeah, Nightcrawler. He's a pretty cool character. I know they just did that. They're doing that series. Was it like a 3-issue run or something? The Amazing Nightcrawler, or is that still going? I didn't read any of it, but he's an interesting character. Why would the X-Men be trading over the ocean when they have portals all over the world? I don't know, for fun maybe out there. That's a good question. I may pick up Excalibur, but not Marauders. Okay, yeah, and I may not even get any of these. It's really hard to say. But yeah, House of X, I'm sure most of us, if you're following them already, you'll probably be picking that up. We've got Powers of X #6 as well, obviously written by Jonathan Hickman. R.B. Silva is doing the art and the covers with a host of different cover artists as well. The revelatory tale of mutant kind's fall comes to a conclusion that will lay the groundwork for, this is the same exact description they used on the House of X there on the last one. House of X and Power X is a stellar story so far. You know what? I've fallen behind on some of my reading. I haven't got to them yet. Maybe I'll see if I can take those with me to the hotel when we go to Disneyland, and I'll check them out in the downtime. God, what else we got? True Believers Month with the X-Men. And they've been doing these, and I'm not sure if you guys have been reading them, but if you guys are just getting into reading, you're not into reading or anything, I've been telling a lot of people this on my comic book pull list. Get out to your local comic book shop and support them, for one. But two, these True Believers mags, you guys know, they're only $1. And you can't beat these stories for $1. I mean, $1 you're getting the classic tales, classic writers, classic art. I mean, you can't really go wrong. We hear so many people complaining about the comic industry or just some of the comics these days and everything. And I mean, these are perfect. I mean, look at these. We got 6 of them right here that are getting ready to come out. Obviously, I could see a Days of Future Past there. Isn't that what that one is? Right there, we got some X Factor, Captain Britain. Here on the next page, I know we've got some more. We've got some more X Factor and X-Men, True Believers coming up. And at $1, man, you can't beat these stories for $1, man. And that's kind of how they get you every time. You know what I mean? They get you every single time with those $1 books, and that's cool. But I was actually just watching Young Ripa's channel the other day, and he just did a video. Was it yesterday or the day before, talking about these dollar issues and kind of the comic book industry and kind of some of the messages that these dollar issues should be telling the industry. And and I get that, obviously these things are selling off, flying off the shelves, and part of the reason why is you can't beat these stories for $1. Most of these books I don't have the original copies of or anything, so for $1, you got me every time. For $1, done. It's a done deal. I get all the True Believers. Yeah, me too. I have been too since I've been going back and I noticed them. The Amazing Nightcrawler was really sad. The Age of X-Men event was a really smart, beautiful story, but Nightcrawler's story was heartbreaking. And again, that was one I didn't read as well. I just, like I said, some of my comic book pulls, I mean, they've been getting pretty big, so I've been, been having to make cuts and also just, seeking out specific things. I can't buy everything, although I wish I could. Let's see, they're doing some more facsimile editions of Amazing Fantasy number 15 now. I could be wrong here, but I swear I just bought that same facsimile edition not too long ago. Didn't they just release that like a couple months ago? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. I'm pretty sure they just did that one. And then we got Incredible Hulk number 1 facsimile edition written by Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, covered by Jack Kirby. As Meet the Incredible Hulk for the first time, re-experienced the landmark issue that introduced the strangest being of all. Is he man or monster, or is he both? When puny scientist Bruce Banner's gamma bomb experiment is interrupted by young Rick Jones, Banner charges onto the test site to rescue the reckless teen and ends up caught in the blast. When the sun falls, a hulking new form rises, with gray skin, not green. A weakling no longer. The world is his, for he is the Hulk. But who or what is the gargoyle? What are his plans for this newly minted monster? And will it be the Hulk or Bruce Banner who triumphs over this iron curtain of evil? It is one of the all-time great Marvel comic books, boldly represented in its original form, ads and all. Reprinting The Incredible Hulk, 1962, number 1. And but yeah, I'm pretty sure that Spider-Man one. We've seen that one. I'm pretty sure they did. I'm gonna dig through here in my books. And I'm dead sure I got that Amazing Fantasy there, just a couple months ago. Okay, and here we go. Spider-Man number 2 of 5. Now this is the one being done by J.J. Abrams and Henry Abrams. And let's be honest here, we know it was his son that's writing this book. And the artist is Sarah Pichelli. I don't know. You guys know I love Spider-Man. I'm not sure about this book. Man, did you guys see when they did the preview for it on Marvel on Marvel's website or here on YouTube? It was kind of, I don't know. It was kind of off-putting. It really was. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this book, but I'll probably at least get the number 1 and check it out and see how it's going, see if I'm interested in it. But we can see here the most anticipated comic event of the year continues from J.J. Abrams, Henry Abrams, and Sarah Pichelli. Peter and Mary Jane have had their first run-in with the new villain Cadaverous, and it did not go well. What horrific impact from this horrific villain will scar them the worst? And again, I don't know. I'm not too for sure how I feel about that book. Chillmonger says, I'm interested in both those facsimiles. Mortal Biggie Shack says, only new books I'm getting is Gwenpool Strikes Back and Carnage versus Deadpool. Oh yeah, I'm getting the facsimiles too. I'm a reprint fan. Me too. I like those reprints. I think it's kind of weird with like the facsimiles. They should just do them as true believers too. Just do them for a buck. But I get, they do the reprint where it's exactly how it is. Because believe me, I've got the original Hulk 181 and then the one they re-released, and yeah, from what I've seen, everything looked the same. Let's see, Absolute Carnage number 4 of 5. Donny Cates, Brian Stegman is on the art and covers. Or is that art and colors? I'm the cover art is by Codex. Okay, the penultimate chapter of the symbiotic event of the year. Eddie Brock has taken a beating, lost the allies closest to him, and after the shocking events of Absolute Carnage, sees no way to take Cletus Cassidy down once and for all without making the ultimate sacrifice. But what is the ultimate sacrifice? Of the two beings that are bonded as Venom, which will it take? Which will make it out alive? Oof, I don't know. You can see some of the art there. The art in it looks pretty good. Not too bad. I like some of that coloring that you can see. You can see right up there. It's definitely a different look. It's not. I wouldn't say realistic, but just like the look of it. It's I don't know. Just those colors and everything. It's just something different. Okay, and then here we got there's the cover for the Absolute Carnage. That's a pretty badass cover there. I like that. Um, let's see. Tracy says, "Have a great day. Gotta go." Okay, well you have a great day as well, Tracy. Thank you for being here. Aggressively Reaction says, "I am so hyped for this, for Thing versus Hulk, and then in the next Fantastic Four. Thing has never gotten a clean win, and Hulk has 3. I'm going to hype this shit like McGregor and Mayweather too." Okay. Okay. Get Grandma too. Say it's breakfast time, Grandma. Okay. Let's see. What we got next here? We got okay. Come on. You're freezing up on me. Absolute Carnage versus Deadpool number 3 of 3. Okay, well that's not so bad. Only 3 issues, but they're like I said, they're making this a pretty big event. The writer is Frank Thierry. Marcelo Ferreira is the artist, and the cover is done by Tyler Kirkham with some variant covers. All my codexes live in Texas. It's a George Strait song, in case you didn't know that. Not that I knew that. I'm a metal guy. By Texas we mean Deadpool's spine. Sorry, we could not do that pun. We couldn't not do that pun. With his dang it. With his potent combination of codexes from different symbiotes, the fate of the fight between good and evil lies within Deadpool. He's on the side of good, right? Honestly, sometimes it's hard to tell. I mean, Spider-Man likes him, right? Kind of. That's something. Yeah. I don't know. Again, 3 issues. It's going to be a pretty big event that they're doing there. Definitely got some nice art on it. Absolute Carnage, Immortal Hulk number 1, written by Al Ewing. Artist is Felipe Andrade. I'm terrible with names. You know what I mean. Cover by Kyle Hotz. Hotz. It looks like Hotz to me. Before his untimely death, Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross was the Red Hulk, and for a time bonded with the Venom symbiote alongside Alejandra Jones and Laura Kinney. Now Ross's corpse has been unearthed, though why and by whom remain shrouded in mystery, with the gamma material in Ross's body possibly in nefarious hands. That's just what Bruce Banner intends to find out one way or another. Yeah, again, I haven't been keeping up with Immortal Hulk, but I've heard that the series has been absolutely great. I'm sure some of you guys have probably been reading it and catching up with it. I noticed they've been doing a lot of second printings and third printings on some of those Immortal Hulk issues. The current series. What do you say? I wonder if the Immortal Hulk version will be as hot. Al Ewing's writing. Yeah, I don't know. Can't really say I've read a whole lot of Al Ewing, so I'm not for sure. And who is it that's writing the current Immortal Hulk anyway? It's I can't remember. Is it Al Ewing doing that? I can't remember. I'm not reading that. Deadpool is my boy. Yeah, I like Deadpool. I haven't really actually read any Deadpool books other than some of them that were tie-ins to the Secret Empire event. And we got Absolute Carnage Lethal Protectors #3 and Absolute Carnage Miles Morales #3. Absolute Carnage Lethal Protectors are written by Frank Thierry with the art by Flaviano, and the cover is by Iban Coelho, with some variant covers. In this issue, the culmination of a story that's been building since the stunning events of Cult of Carnage. Carnage's doppelganger army has stormed Manhattan, and Misty Knight is trapped beneath the city's streets with the monsters, including the Man-Wolf. The battle for the soul of John Jameson begins here. Okay, sounds interesting. Then Miles Morales, written by Saladin Ahmed, Federico Vincentini on arts, and the covers by Clayton Crane. Clayton Crane does some pretty good covers. I know he was doing some of the covers. God, did he do some of the covers for the Black Widow? The Black Widow series that I thought is excellent. In case you guys don't know, I absolutely love that Black Widow series that was going on here. A serial killer released from Ravencroft. The commands of Carnage, J. Jonah Jameson, and Silver Sable. Miles must wrestle all of these while his mind is not his own. Will a connection to the Cult of Carnage's connective subconscious give him an edge that pays off in the greater war, or will that two-way connection comprise Spider-Man fatally? Oof. I don't know. And again, I haven't been reading Miles Morales Spider-Man in a while. I had to make some cuts a while back, and that was one of the ones I ended up cutting. It wasn't because it was terrible or anything like that. I just, we got to make cuts somewhere, right? We got to make cuts somewhere. Patrick Ewing. Okay, it is Al Ewing doing the... okay, I figured it was. Then we got Absolute Carnage Scream #3, written by Cullen Bunn, Gerardo Sandoval. And then we got some variant art covers. Now, I gotta say about Cullen Bunn, I just read the recent the 3 tie-in issues of Venom for the War of the Realms. I thought those were pretty well written, and he actually just had a new book, an indie book that just dropped this week. I can't remember what the name of it was. I want to say it was Metal Black, but it wasn't Metal Black. It was I can't remember. But it was an indie book, and it was kind of it was interesting, and I didn't pick it up, although it did pique my interest a little bit. Between Noel's growing psychic influence and Patricia Robinson serving as its host, the Scream symbiote is being psychologically torn apart. But there's no time for weakness as Cletus Cassidy unleashes an onslaught of infected inmates on an unsuspecting New York. Scream and Carnage may be symbiotic siblings, but that won't stop them from slaughtering one another. Interesting. And check that cover out. That cover looks pretty badass. Again, like I said, Absolute Carnage probably won't be doing it myself. So, Venom #19, written by Donny Cates, Iban Coelho on arts. And the cover by Kyle Hotz, with some variant covers. Absolute Carnage tie-in, a family affair. As Carnage rules and chaos reigns, the symbiotic offspring of Venom make their presence known by hunting Eddie Brock's son Dylan. But there's more to Dylan than Venom, Carnage, or even the Maker understand. And once they learn the truth, nothing will be the same. Ooh, okay, so his son's getting involved, huh? Let's see, and here's the thing, is that I won't be keeping up with the event, but all of a sudden, I'm sure Amazing Spider-Man here is going to be tossed into the mix. Amazing Spider-Man #1, or 31, written by Nick Spencer. Oh, Ryan Ottley, I'm all about that Ryan Ottley, man. I love Ryan Ottley's art, dude. I love the way he draws this character. It's really good. With the Mary Jane variant cover by Greg Smallwood. And, again, this is going to be a tie-in, so... if it's just like the other Marvel events that I've noticed, it's just going to be tossed in there all willy-nilly, all out of order. And that's the frustrating thing for me. So, again, I'll be reading this book because it's already on my pull list. I've been reading The Amazing Spider-Man. Everyone who has ever worn the Carnage symbiote has a codex, including Norman Osborn from his time as the Red Goblin. Can Spider-Man save Norman Osborn? Does he want to? What other surprises are held there? Many. Interesting. I don't know. I guess we'll see how it is. Like I said, that is one of the tie-ins I'll be getting. This solicit disrespected the Maker. I don't know what you mean, man. Who's the Maker? That's I'm still somewhat fairly new into to reading some current comics and everything, but I don't know. I guess I don't know a whole lot about that. And when I was a kid reading before too, obviously there was certain things I stuck to. Then here we go. The Amazing Mary Jane #1, written by Leah Williams, art by Carlos Gomez, and the cover art is done by Humberto Ramos with some variant art covers. Spinning right out of the page of The Amazing Spider-Man. You just hit the jackpot, Tiger. Anyway, all new ongoing series. The webhead's favorite redhead and yours is taking a chance on her dreams. But if you've read Amazing Spider-Man #25, you'll know Mysterio is behind Mary Jane's big shot, and someone worse is behind him. What's real and what's illusion? What's illusion and what's Hollywood phoniness? This fall, Lee Williams and Carlos Gomez bring you all this intrigue plus more action, glamour, grit, and, we'll say it, sass than anyone's previously dared fit in the fabulous issues. Face it, you don't want to miss this. I'm going to buy issue #1 just so I can give you guys a review on it, but I kind of want to miss it. That's just how I feel about it. Like I said before, I've got some review getting ready to come out, and you'll hear some more about Lee Williams. I just do not like her writing. It's not for me. It's definitely not for me. But again, I've got a review getting ready to come out where I talk a little bit more about her writing, and if you guys want, I can do a video talking more about why I don't like her writing. You can see that obviously she has her personal feelings, and she interjects a lot of that into her writing. I just, I'm not into it. I mean, you can, if like some of this stuff I read, like she finally, flew it under the radar and let the story and the narrative do the telling of her feelings on stuff. But for the most part, like it seems like she just lays on some of this stuff a little thick for me, and I'm not into it. So like I said, I probably will get this #1 to check it out and do a review on it. But I can already tell you right now, just from the writing, just from who's attached on writing, I won't like it. I could already tell you that. It's not even a question. And you can see there, obviously you can tell the Humberto Ramos style art there for that cover. It looks like this is just ripped right out of the Hunted event that just happened, and that's not a terrible thing. I mean, the art's good, but again, I already know I won't like the story going on there, just due to the writer. The maker is the Ultimate Universe version of Reed Richards. Oh, okay, all right. And y'all remember Marvel? Marvel or Marvel? Marvel? I don't know. I don't remember Marvel. The covers were Good Story was horrible. Which, oh no, I didn't. The maker is the evil Reed Richards from the Ultimate Universe, and that's not the evil Reed Richards that's on the. I think he's on the cover of one of these books coming up with like the 4 legs and everything, and he's got the funny looking head like the spider. I know I seen him in Spider-Geddon. Is it that one? The plot for Full Circle is the plot from Far From Home. Oh, is it? And that I'm not gonna. It probably is. Now here we go. Amazing Spider-Man Full Circle #1. Nick Spencer, Jonathan Hickman, Jerry Dugan, Al Ewing, Chip Zdarsky, Kelly Thompson, and Jason Aaron. That sounds like a massive man. I'll be getting this one regardless. Man, that's a whole lot of people putting in that. You know what I mean? I believe this is going to be a $9 book, $10. The summons from S.H.I.E.L.D. leads Peter Parker into a globe-spanning adventure that will test him as never before. One in which the future of all mankind lies in his gloved, webbed hands. Who is the mysterious prisoner in the steel box who keeps propelling the wall crawler onward? Nick Spencer and an all-star team of Marvel's biggest writers and artists take up the challenge to create the wildest, maddest, most unconventional, Amazing Spider-Man story of all. Guest starring Nick Fury, Wolverine, and Peter Parker, the spectacular Spider-Ham. Guys, I just do not know about this, man. You guys know I love Spider-Man. I did a video a while back about called The Saturated Spider-Man, and I love Spider-Man, but come on, man. At some point, I don't know, man. We got to get a little more creative. Can we get a little more creative here? Just with the Spider-Man story, can we just get them down into like maybe 2 ongoing series and maybe just like the occasional mini series going on? Like it's coming full circle, apparently. Again, I don't know. I'll, $10 for this book when, there's all these different people on it. It sounds just like a mishmash of stuff, like we got that Marvel Comics 1000 getting ready to come out. I mean, it just sounds like, I don't know. I don't know, man. To me, it kind of sounds like a joke, but I mean, until we get there, it's really hard to say. It's really hard to say. We got next interior art from the Amazing Spider-Man Full Circle. Some of the art looks, kind of good there. Some of it not so much. I mean, it looks, I don't know. Sometimes, and that's the thing about it, sometimes the art and the book, in the story, they kind of go together. Sometimes if the story is really good, I'm willing to overlook, some of the, just the art, and, likewise for something else too. If I like the art, I might be able to, let go a little bit of story stuff, but I don't know, I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Peter Porker being brought in here. I got some of the Spider-Ham comics from when I was a kid. Let's see what we got. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 13. I've been liking this series right here, written by Tom Taylor. Juan Cabal is the artist, and the cover by Andrew C. Robinson. Sometimes your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man needs help from his neighbors. Peter's been keeping secrets, and it leads to some big consequences. And a guest starring appearance from the Fantastic Four. I've got this on my pull list. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man has been good. Tom Taylor, I like what he does with the character. Lets him be the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. It's a smaller scale story. I've been liking this series. I don't have any real complaints about it, except for the fact that it is a little bit slower moving. But again, I think that's kind of the grounding of the character with the story that Tom Taylor has been telling. Okay, the next one is Superior Spider-Man number 12 by Christos Gage. He's been I like Christos Gage writing too. Mike Hawthorne on the arts and cover. Otto Octavius has faced certain death and emerged the victor. It is just meant someone else has to lose. But the Superior Spider-Man has learned to take care for others more than himself. And Spider Norman Osborn of Earth 44145 won't be satisfied until blood is spilled. Whose will it be? The events of this issue will change Superior Spider-Man permanently. I don't know, interesting. I do like this story. I like, for whatever reason, Otto Octavius as Superior Spider-Man. I like it. I like that story. And, man, I'm thinking eventually sometime I'm going to have to start dropping some of these Spider-Man titles. Miles Morales, Spider-Man, written by Saladin Ahmed, Javier Garon on art, and the cover by Mike Hawthorne. And it looks like there is going to be a variant cover there with Mary Jane by Mirka Andolfo. Ultimatum is here, and New York doesn't know what hit it. In chasing this mysterious man from a mysterious place, Miles finds himself in a very awkward situation involving his uncle. And when something huge happens, Miles finds himself with a dilemma that could threaten everything Miles holds dear. Again, I haven't been reading this series anymore. I took it off my pull list. I may pick up some of the trades when they come out on trade, but yeah, I don't know. Let me know what do you guys think? Is that something you guys are interested in? I don't know. 8:50 already. Probably not even going to get through this full solicit here. Okay, Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider. Or I guess this is just Ghost Spider. They dropped a Spider-Gwen. Ghost Spider number 3, written by Shannon McGuire. Takeshi Miyazawa is on art, and the cover by George Molina. Mary Jane variant cover by Russell Dauterman. And Worlds Collide, and I gotta tell you, I'll just get into this. Gwen Stacy of Earth 65 has decided to enroll in class at Empire State University in the Marvel Universe. Now she'll be taking classes down the hall from Peter Parker, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Is this the Amazing Spider-Man Peter Parker or the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Peter Parker? I don't know. Which one are they going to tie it into? Which one is going to be more related to? Because they're kind of the same thing, but they're not really interwoven together or anything. So, I don't know. But things aren't as safe as they may seem. Peter's not the only person in the Marvel Universe who may recognize Gwen Stacy, and not all of them share his noble intentions. Now, again, I will say this one will be on my pull list. I've liked what Shannon McGuire's done with the Ghost Spider character. The series just ended this past month, and it's getting ready to kick off as Ghost Spider. here in August. I've liked it. I've liked what she's done with this story. Which I've got another review of something else that Shannon McGuire actually just wrote, and unfortunately I didn't like it as much, and I've got a review that's going to be dropping soon on that. But I can't wait to read this. I've liked the Ghost Spider story so far. I think it's been pretty well written so far, and I hope that continues on with this new ongoing series of Ghost Spider. I guess by issue number 3 we'll probably know. But I hope that she keeps up that storytelling with her. Black Cat number 5, Jed McKay, Travel Foreman, cover by J. Scott Campbell. I got to tell you, I only got issue number 1 read of this Black Cat. I still got to read the second issue. I've liked it. I liked it the first issue and everything. I mean, it did what a number 1 is supposed to. It introduced us to the character, kind of some of her background, and exactly what's getting ready to go on in the story. I thought it was good. So hopefully hopefully it keeps up in that second issue, which, like I said, I didn't get to read it yet. But hopefully I'm still pulling this by then. But Johnny Storm knew a date with Felicia Hardy would be interesting, but he didn't know it would be opening up gates to other dimensions, possibly ending the universe. Interesting. But remember, with the Black Cat, this is either planned or planned around, and there's no way Johnny knows what Felicia is going to steal under his and the Fantastic Four's noses. Interesting. So yeah, Black Cat. Heck, I'm not sure if you guys can really see it, but I even got the poster from the number 1 issue there. So hopefully it's good. And this is kind of a series I was looking forward to when it came out, and the first issue didn't really disappoint me at all. Let's see, we got I'm dropping Miles and Gwen for the new heroes, Arrow and Swordmaster. And you know what? It depends. Like I said, I haven't been doing Miles and Gwen. Like I said, I really like the story. I've liked the story that's been going on there. So it's going to be hard for me to drop that book, but I might. And Swordmaster and Arrow, those first issues I thought were great. I did like those. Superior is one of my favorite books. His inner monologue makes me laugh the whole comic. He's such a dick. Yeah, I know. That's what I like about him. That's what I like about the Superior Spider-Man is he's kind of a dick, and I like it. Maybe it's because I'm kind of a dick. I don't know. You guys let me know down in the comments below. Am I kind of a dick? Gwen stays good, but do college credits transfer over universities? But Miles is all reaction. Dude has no agency but his own story. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I've liked that the Spider-Gwen series so far. Spider-Man's Marvel's Spider-Man Velocity number 3 of 5. This is done out of the Gamer universe, I believe, is what this is spinning out of. They just did the Spider-Man City at War. I think issue number 6 of that is getting ready to come out, and for whatever reason, I kept pulling it. I'm done. I'm not going to do this Spider-Man the Velocity series. But it says here the Spectre's secret is revealed as Spider-Man hones his new suit for top speed. But Mary Jane's discovery of the Daily Bugle archives will change what they thought they knew. Come for the mystery and the high-speed thrills, and stay for the shock ending. Yeah, I'm not gonna be there for the beginning, but let me know. I mean, is that something you guys are interested in? Marvel's Spider-Man Velocity. I don't know. I'm just not into it. Bruh, how many more Spider titles for this month? Marvel must have missed your rant. Oh, but you know what? That's probably why they did it. They probably seen my rant and they're like, oh, okay, like, we'll show you. You like Spider-Man? We'll give you more of him. And like I said, I mean, none of the stories have been bad. None of them have been terrible, and that's the sad thing is, and that's what makes them hard to drop off the list is they haven't been bad, terribly written stories. I mean, they've been interesting. So, I mean, there's that at least. I mean, they do have that. But again, I mean, obviously, Spider-Man's a cash cow for them, and they're going to continue to try to capitalize on that as much as possible. Next here, we got Spider-Verse number 1 of 6. Again, I mean, here we got a mini-series started while there's already so many other things going on. At this point, we're going to have Amazing Spider-Man. We're going to have we got Amazing Spider-Man. We've got Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. We've got Spider-Man Miles Morales. We've got Ghost Spider. I mean, these are all just Spider related. I mean, they're not necessarily all Peter Parker, but then, we've got more Spider-Verse coming in. We've got the J.J. Abrams Spider-Man going on. Okay, let's just say it. This is Henry Abrams. I honestly doubt J.J. is going to have much to do with it, but we've got all these different Spider titles going on. More books releasing this month, and then we got another miniseries starting. I mean, at least at this point, Life of Spider-Man Life Story and Symbiote Spider-Man is going to be over. So, I mean, at least they're doing that. But again, they're plugging in more tie-ins. Like, come on, guys. Come on, Marvel. Like, I get it. I like Spider-Man, but this is just too much, and you're already losing me. You're already losing me with it. So, so there's that, Spider-Verse #1 of 6. I'm not sure if this is going to be another kind of event like they just did with Spider-Geddon, and it's something new they're going to do. I mean, we already know they did a Spider-Verse already, so, I mean, what is this? Let's find out. Miles, okay, an 8-part connecting variant cover. Okay, wow. For a 6-story arc. Great. Miles Morales finally feels like he gets this Spider-Man stuff and then falls through a portal. But isn't the web of life and destiny destroyed? Maybe not, true believer. But who spun this new web? Regardless, Miles finds himself at the center of a multi-universal adventure that will feature a who's who of creators and characters as the series spins forward. And with a main cover by Into the Spider-Verse character designer Wendell Dalit. And each issue features Spider-Sonas from some of the biggest Spidey fans and creators. Both. Yeah, again, I don't know, man. Like, slow down with this, Marvel. Slow down. CB Cebulski's got somebody to impress with those quarterly earnings calls. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Like, I think already I'm not pulling this. Might check out #1. I don't know, man. Maybe I'll just not pull some of the others and go for this. It's hard to say. Just too much. Amazing Spider-Man #32. You guys already know this is on my pull list. I'll be getting this. Nick Spencer. I've liked what he's done with Spider-Man. Really regrounded the character, brought him back to his classic form. So I'm already on board for that. He's on my pull list already, so that's probably the one that will stay on there as long as it continues to at least be good. We've seen through this series. I mean, it started off with a bang, and it's kind of taken its little roller coaster ride of interestingness. I mean, it's up and down. I mean, not bad at all though. Not bad at all. Like I said, none of these Spider titles have had bad writing, and that's one thing I like. Okay, now, okay, at least I got to this. I did want to at least get to this. Marvel Zombies Respawn #1. Philip Kennedy Johnson is the writer. Leonard Kirk is on the arts. Cover by Inyuk Lee. And I love his cover arts, man. Look at that cover. That cover looks pretty legit. I like it. I just do feel like for this Zombies cover, though, that maybe they might have got somebody different for that. They could have got somebody different, because his art serves well for a lot of covers, but like this one right here, I think it might have been done better by somebody. I don't know, but again, I'll probably still get this because I like most of his art for the most part. But we'll see. And the horror smash hit lives. You guys, like, come on, man. Do we need you guys? I don't know. We've already done this, haven't we? I didn't read any of the Marvel Zombies in the first place, but like, I want to go back and read them. But like this, like, come on, guys, like, DCeased is doing it right now. Like, can you just do you have to keep up with DC that bad that you gotta go with Marvel Zombies? You gotta reach back into the well. I feel like sometimes I feel like some of these books are kind of like some of these clickbait artists that I watch here on YouTube who just completely who like, ooh, let's talk about the Captain Marvel movie again. The DVDs aren't selling. Like, who cares? Who cares? Ooh, let's talk about release the Snyder Cut again. Let's just keep talking about it. Let's talk about all these this is stuff. Like, it's the same. Man, I feel like Marvel's clickbaiting me, just like all these other, like some of these people I see on YouTube, man. Enough. I mean, you don't have to copy DC on every single thing, and DC don't have to copy you, do ya? I don't know, man. Do I even need to read the description for this? We know what's going on. We know what's going on there. Red Goblin, Red Death #1. Pat Gleason, Rob Fee, and Sean Ryan are the writers. Pete Woods is on arts. The cover by Philip Tan. Again, I don't know. Let's see. In order to finally destroy Spider-Man once and for all, Norman Osborn joined himself with the Carnage symbiote, becoming the Red Goblin. Here at last are the untold stories of the Red Goblin's reign of madness and mayhem. So grab your greatest Goblin gear and your raiments and your raiments red, for the Red Goblin rides again. And this is a one-shot. This is a one-shot story. So if this was an ongoing, I probably wouldn't get it. But being a one-shot, I may pick this up. It kind of scares me when I see 3 different writers on it, because man, I don't know. For some reason, when you get 3 different writers, can't just one writer do the trick for you? I don't know. Maybe there's 3 different stories in this one book as well. It's hard to say. But again, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I might pick this one up anyway. Marvel's Zombies Suck. It's so depressing. Oh, really? Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't read it, but maybe I'll get on Marvel Unlimited and check that out. I'm sure it's on there, so I can at least read it, before that event gets here, and see if it's something I want to read. Like I said, I've liked what has been going on with Deceased, but again, that's Tom Taylor and this writing, and I thought it was pretty good. I think he's a pretty decent writer. There's a cover there we see. Ghost Rider #1, Ed Brisson, Aaron Kruger. I've never really read any Aaron Brisson or Ed Brisson writing. I'll probably definitely pick this up just to check it out and see how it is. Never really read Ghost Rider. So again, I'll probably check this one out when it gets here, at least the #1, see if it's something I'm interested in. I don't know. It looks like, we can see already, it looks like it's a pretty big month in Marvel with Marvel books. Beware the Ghost Rider. That's a pretty cool cover. But you know what? Who done that cover right there? Because that cover reminds me, and it looks exactly like it looks exactly like the cover that was just done for the Jane Foster Valkyrie. It looks like the same art, like with the fire and the chain and all that stuff. I mean, it looks to be the same. It could be a different artist, but I mean, if it is a different artist, I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's really hard to say. If you got similar art, I got some graphic boxes coming out. Marvel Tales Ghost Rider. These are thicker books that are $8. Tales, they usually have. I think they usually have some different tales, like 4 or 5 different stories in there, collected from the characters' past. Fantastic Four Grand Design 1 of 2. I know they did the same thing with the X-Men recently. I didn't read those neither. I don't know. They look the covers look retro. So I guess that could be a good thing if you're into that. Check that cover out right there. It's definitely a pretty cool little cover. Doctor Doom #1. This should be interesting. The cover is Christopher or the writer is Christopher Cantwell. I can't say I've ever read anything by him. Salvador LaRocca is on arts. Covered by ACO, or is that ACO? I don't know. Some variant covers. I did kind of read about this one. Victor Von Doom, man. I don't know. We'll see how that is. Is that something that interests you guys? I don't know. I'm not really sure how to feel about some of these. Like I said, I've been getting into some of the indies. I think this is where I'm gonna go ahead and stop for the day here. I've got to get ready to get out for work and everything. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and this is just Marvel books. This doesn't include DC, any of the others coming out there. And already I can see on here a bunch of books that I would want to get anyway. And I can't get them all. Especially, like I said, some of the indie books I've been reading lately have been really great, and I do have some reviews getting ready to come out on some of those indie books as well. They may drop next week or maybe the week after that. You guys know, I keep myself pretty busy between my kids and my business and everything. So that's all I'm gonna do here for today. That's all I have for this video today, folks. Thank you all so much for tuning into the Second Street Marvel today. Now, as I said, in case you guys don't already know, every single Friday night I do a show called the Trailer Park Live, prime time at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so make sure you're there for that. I will be talking more about comics, and I may just talk all about comics and then get into some of my personal feelings as I interact with you all in the chats later on this evening. Thank you all so much for tuning into the Second Street Marvel today. If you haven't already, please make sure you're subscribed. Click the little bell so you get notifications anytime I've uploaded new content. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And while you're at it, make sure you share it with a friend and invite them to come hang out with us here on the Second Street Marvel. You all have a very good day. Have a great weekend if I don't see you again by then. And we'll see you in the next video. Later.